IKEA wouldn't be the global brand it is without having some awesome things. But when it comes to their smart home devices, some of them should be avoided at all costs. These are 10 of those IKEA devices you just shouldn't buy. 1. The original Zigbee gateway. Listen, if you're still looking at the older IKEA gateways on the secondhand market, just stop. We've talked about this before, but the old integration was, frankly, a bit of a mess for the average person. It was one of those things where you'd spend more time trying to bolt the system onto other ecosystems than actually enjoying your lights. It felt like a constant battle to keep things synced, and in an aspirational home, you want technology that serves you, not a part-time job as an IT manager. If a hub makes you want to whisper sweet nothings to it at 2 in the morning just to get a bulb to turn on, it's a bad purchase. Stick to the newer Matter-ready tech instead. Life is honestly way too short to be fighting with your light bulbs when you should be relaxing in your aspirational home. 2. Legacy generation door and window sensors. We all want to feel secure and have those cool automations where the lights pop on when you walk in, but the old Zigbee door and window sensors from IKEA were total battery hogs. There is nothing more annoying than setting up a sensor, having it work for 2 days, and then spending the next week wondering if it died or if it just genuinely hates your setup. Those older models chewed through those expensive little coin cells like they were candy. The newer versions have finally switched to AAA batteries, which are cheaper and last way longer. If you see the old ones on a clearance rack, keep walking. They aren't worth the maintenance. Believe us, there is absolutely no joy in realizing that your security setup failed just because a tiny battery gave up again. 3. The Standalone IKEA Home Smart App Experience. Now, don't get us wrong, the app interface is actually quite nice. It's clean and minimal. But if you're someone who truly wants a smart home and not just a remote-controlled home, the native app is a pass. It's incredibly limited because it doesn't offer any real conditional logic. You can't tell it, if we leave the house and this specific window is still open, send us a note. It's a logic-free zone. For about 70% of people, that's fine, but if you want your home to actually think for you, buying into the IKEA ecosystem as your only brain is going to drive you crazy eventually. We want our homes to work for us, not the other way around, and this app simply lacks the level of intelligence many users expect. 4. The Bill Razer remote. We really wanted to love this little remote. The range was a huge deal breaker. Once we got about 8 or 9 meters away with just a single wall in between, we started getting delays and bad connections. In a smart home, reliability is table stakes. It either works every single time, or it's just a piece of plastic taking up space. If we have to walk halfway across the house just to get the remote to talk to the hub, we might as well just use the light switch. It's one of those items that sounds convenient on paper, but ends up being a source of daily friction. You end up standing there clicking it like a madman, which is the exact opposite of the peaceful vibe we're after. 5. The air quality monitor, for precision seekers. IKEA's air quality monitor is an interesting one, but it's been a bit of a headache for some users to set up. More importantly, the app is really focused on showing you how things look right this second, rather than being a deep data analysis tool. If you're a data nerd who wants to permanently log every reading for years or export analytics to see exactly how your air changed during a house party, this isn't the device for you. It's fine for a glance, but for anything serious, it feels a bit more like a toy than a professional sensor. I'd rather wait for something more robust. You want to actually understand your environment, not just see a basic light that tells you things are maybe okay or bad. 6. Klipsch Bulbs for party enthusiasts. Okay, let's talk about the Klipsch Bulbs. They look much cleaner and less greenish than the old versions. However, if you're buying these because you want a cool party mode that fades through colors, prepare to be disappointed. Currently, the effect in the app is extremely basic and not super customizable. If you want to endlessly tweak your color temperatures or have complex light shows, these bulbs are going to feel very restrictive. They're great for simple, good-looking light, but if you want the wow factor, you're better off looking elsewhere and saving your money. 7. The previous generation Treadfree Bulbs. While we're on the subject of bulbs, the older Treadfree line is a definite don't buy for us now. When you compare them to the newer tech, the whites on the old ones just look off. The cool white often has this weird greenish tint that makes a room feel more like a hospital basement than a cozy home. In an aspirational space, lighting is everything. It sets the mood, and you want that warm white to look natural, not like a 3-step compromise. The newer generations have solved this, so there's absolutely no reason to settle for the old, muddy-looking light quality. 8. The app's missing geofencing features. This isn't a physical device, but it's a feature you're buying into, and it's a big no from us. Currently, there is no built-in when everyone leaves the house trigger in the IKEA app. That means you can't automate your home to shut down and save energy just by walking out the door. For a modern smart home, that's a massive limitation that might be a total deal breaker. If you're spending your money on sensors and hubs, you expect that level of intelligence. Buying into a system that doesn't know if you're home or not feels like a step backwards in 2026. 9. High brightness nighttime automations. Here's a specific scenario that drives us nuts. Imagine it's 2 a.m., you're half asleep, and you head to the kitchen for a glass of water. You want the lights at maybe 20%, right? With the current IKEA app, you can't easily set those time-based restrictions. It's either on or off. You can't combine conditions to say, if it's late, be dim. If it's day, be bright. Being blasted by 100% brightness in the middle of the night because your smart sensor is too basic to know the time is just stupid. Until they fix the software logic, these basic automations are a pass. 10. Locked-in bridge ecosystems. Finally, be careful about buying into any smart home device that ties you strictly to one ecosystem. One of the best things about the new IKEA sensors is that they use matter over thread, giving you the freedom to move them to a better brain later. But if you buy older gear or competitors like Philips Hue that require specific bridges to work with anything else, you're losing that freedom. In your home, freedom should be the future. We don't want to be locked into one brand's limited app forever. If a device doesn't play well with others natively, we just don't buy it anymore. So, those are the 10 IKEA smart home items and features we're avoiding. Again, we are not you, and if these work for your house, that's great. But we think we all deserve tech that is actually smart. Let us know what you think in the comments, and make sure to hit that like and subscribe button.